This lighting is not good. Hey, good morning. Good morning. I just want to do a sound check and a video, make sure my stuff is working this morning. I had a little bit of trouble before it came in. Good, Patty.
There you are. I can see you.
All right, so I'm going to. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. My name is Jason Adams. If for those of you I have not had the pleasure of meeting, I'm a staff instructor with Wicklander Zulawski, and this is the Instructor Insights from Wicklander Zulawski. Thank you for joining us this morning. Looks kind of funny. I've been running around. We lost power about 10 minutes ago, and it finally came back on, so I was struggling to get up. My computer I normally do this on wasn't working, so now I'm on a different computer. So if I look a little funny, that's why. But good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us this morning. Since I wanted to keep this around 10 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and jump in at this point and get started. So I want to talk to you this morning a little bit about mentorship, right? So one of the things that we run into as we go out and we teach classes, we run into a lot of new investigators, a lot of new detectives. And one of the things that I kind of see is I get a lot of questions. I have to field a lot of questions typically after the classes that I feel if someone had a mentor, they would probably address those questions to a mentor. So we don't see a lot of good mentor. I'm not going to say a lot of good mentor, but we don't see a lot of mentorship relationships, or at least in my opinion, I haven't seen it. So I really kind of want to encourage the community for detectives and for like on the private and public side, investigators to just look at mentorship. Look at mentorship as a way to increase professionalism in our industry, to help bring up younger detectives and newer investigators into the industry and make them better. And so I want to talk to you a little bit today about what mentorship actually is, maybe kind of set some groundwork for that as we go forward. So I was trying to look up what a mentor is, and there's lots of definitions out there of what mentorship is, right? And so I found a definition I really liked, and the definition was this: is mentorship is a relationship where an experienced individual provides guidance to someone less experienced to support their professional and personal development. It spans various settings, and it can be either formal program or an informal connection, thriving on open communication, respect, and a genuine commitment to the mentee's growth. And so I like the way that phrases it, because really mentorship is all about taking someone new in the industry or someone less experienced than us in the industry and bringing them up in a way that makes not only the industry more professional, but them more professional, right? And so what mentorship is not, I kind of want to touch on that. Mentorship is not a mini-me program. And simply what I mean by that is the job of a mentor is not to recreate themselves in the mentee. It's to help that mentee reach their top professional growth, right? Help them achieve success and goals for them and kind of steer them and help them get that way. And a lot of times I think we run into this role, especially mentors, we want to remake the person our image, so to speak. And somebody told me one time, I thought what sounded really neat, was the fact that just because it's the way we've always done it doesn't mean it's the way we need to do it, right? And we always need to be looking for that growth and that opportunity. And a lot of times, especially in the investigations field, and what I see on the private side, is when someone kind of adopts that mentor role with a mentee, is they're basically trying to recreate themselves. And hey, this is the way you should do it. This is the way it needs to be done, as opposed to let's see what works and let's look at what changes. And one of the things that we teach at the WZ program is that, the WZ is a living program. It's evolving because society evolves. And we need to be able to see that and identify that and help that mentee grow up in the way the standards are now, the way the society is now, and help them achieve their goals. So that's one of the things we think about. And so again, it's not a mini-me program. And also what I kind of want to talk a little bit about is the fact that while a supervisor can have qualities of a good mentor, a supervisor is not a mentor, right? A mentor should be someone outside that individual's reporting chain, and because there can be conflict of interest. As a supervisor, we have the responsibility for the success in the operation, the goals of the company. We need to meet certain standards. And if I have an employee, one of my direct reports, who is exceptional, who they've obviously kind of outgrown the role that they're in, but right now I don't have a new role I can put them in, I want to keep them in that role because it makes the company more successful, or it makes the agency more successful, right? A mentor will be look at that mentee and should be saying, hey, you've outgrown this role. You need to start looking for where you can move up, even if it's changing agencies or changing companies. And so while a supervisor can have good mentorship qualities, a real mentor should come from somebody outside that individual's direct report. And so that's one of the things that we look at too, is we really want to kind of look at that. And so that's why a lot of times good mentorship programs are really developed in like professional communities, professional groups. Like for instance, the International Association of the Chiefs of Police have a mentorship program. The Texas Chief of Police Association also has a mentorship program. These professional organizations are where those mentors should come from. It helps those mentees identify someone outside their role that was really there with the goal and idea of helping them grow. And so so I got notes here. I just want to make sure I'm covering my notes. And so because the supervisor, again, is primarily focused on overseeing work performance and organizational goals. The mentor focuses on the mentee's overall development, including career advancement, skill acquisition, and personal growth. And sometimes those can conflict with each other, right? And so that's why someone looking for a mentor should be looking outside of their agency, or a good mentor should not necessarily outside their agency, but outside of their reporting chain. And so that's again, you can be a good supervisor and a good mentor, but you really can't be both if you're trying to fulfill both jobs. All right. So what are qualities of an effective mentor? I sent out or put 3 sheets on the website that you should have access to. It talks about qualities of an effective mentor, qualities of an effective mentee, and qualities of an effective mentorship program. And so if you have a chance, please pull those off and look at them. But just real quick, I want to cover some of the highlights of what makes an effective mentor, right? A commitment, meeting with that person, commitment to helping that individual grow. And that means you are going to have to take time out of your schedule, maybe either your professional schedule or personal schedule, right, to work with that mentee to help them grow. Be able to communicate with them, have that open communication, be an effective communicator. Goal oriented. We want to make sure that we're setting goals for our mentees to help them grow. Knowledge and experience. To be a good mentor, you really need to have the knowledge and experience in the role that you're trying to mentor them in the industry that you're trying to mentor them in. My dad was a good mentor. He taught me how to be a man, right? But he's not going to teach me how to be a good investigator because he's never done that. So I need a mentor that can do that for me. Be empathetic and supportive of your mentee. Understand that, life is different now. Life is different for younger people than it is for me. And so understanding that and helping them work through that. Being adaptable, being professional, networking, helping them network, helping your mentee find the professional organizations, the channel of communication that will make them successful in making those introductions. The ability to not only provide feedback, but accept feedback. Your mentee may give you feedback on how the relationship is developing. You need to be able to listen to that. And sometimes we may need to look at a situation and go, you know what? We've had some good success with me being your mentor, but I think now might be time for you to move on to another mentor, somebody who can take you to that next step. Or, honestly, sometimes you have someone who you see is just maybe not as committed as they need to be. You need to be able to cut that relationship off professionally so you can open yourself up to someone else who is there to try and progress, and you can use your feedback, right? Can use your mentorship. And a commitment to learning. That's the big thing I want to hit on, is we need to understand that, again, just the way we've always done it, doesn't mean that's the way we need to do it, right? We need to be able to look at something and say, hey, times change, especially in the investigations and interviewing circles, right? Profession, is that times change, people change, society changes, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable changes. And we need to be able to understand that just because this always used to work in the past doesn't necessarily mean it works now. So we need to open ourselves up to learning those new skills, but we also need to let our mentee know that they need to learn those skills, and maybe they can bring that back to us and we accept that feedback, and then we grow through that, right? And so being a mentor is a growing experience for you as well, and also sets you up professionally. It shows that you can manage. It shows that you can help people set and achieve goals. It shows that you're willing to learn, willing to communicate and work effectively. It shows that you can bring somebody else with you on a professional journey. And that shows that not only are you a professional, but you have that ability to pass that on to somebody else. So mentorship is very important. All right. And so that leads me again, those professional mentorship programs is you should put yourself out there. You should put yourself out there in maybe different organizations you belong to or different professional groups you belong to and say, hey, I'm open to be a mentor if somebody is looking for some mentorship and building those skills and putting yourself out there to do that. And again, look in your professional organizations and see if there is some kind of mentorship program out there. And if you run a professional organization, again, and you don't have a mentorship program, I put some characteristics of an effective mentorship program in those sheets. Start a mentorship program. Help the people in your profession get better, right? Because that's what we're all about. I've got a couple minutes left, so I just want to talk about, and then the pros to being a mentor is professional development. Serving as a mentor can enhance the mentor's leadership and coaching skills. Networking, as you engage and communicate, you're opening yourself up and you're making more connections as well as giving that individual more connections. Legacy and impact, where we're creating a professional organization, passing that on to the next generation. Skill enhancement increases your skills. Reinvigoration. Sometimes the job gets stale, right? And having that new perspective and somebody new coming in to talk with and drive it can just really help push you along and re-energize you. So that is 9:10. So I really don't want to take too much more time, but if nothing else, download the Traits of Effective Mentor and Mentees and Effective Mentorship program, and step out and try to be a mentor to the people around you. Try to be a mentor to the younger investigators in your agency or your organization or your company, right? And again, try not to reach out to the people who are your direct reports, because then you'll end up at some point with a conflict. But just try to be a mentorship. Let's make the investigative profession better on both the public and private side. And it starts with us, the people who've been here for a while, right? And passing it on, but being open to make them grow professionally in the world they're now working in, not in our world, because things have changed. So thank you again for your time. I appreciate you being here today. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm at jadams@w-c.com. And thank you for joining us with Wicklander. And we look forward to seeing you out there in the classes. So you have a great day.